Hey everybody, it's Sean. I'm here with my good friend Dr. Nuzum.
What's up, though? Hey, man.
We go way back, you guys. It's been a while. It's been several years. Man, so I want to talk a little bit about the endocannabinoid system. I want to talk about our whole flower CBD fluid, which you've been familiar with for years, our plant enzymes. But I want to talk about, there's something happening. And I want to hear from you. You guys, this is the first time I'm going to hear this. Here's what's going on. So you know we've been working with plant enzymes forever, and we have great success, right? And our whole flower CBD fluid, right, which is super unique, tons of success. But we're getting insane testimonials when people are using both our plant enzymes and our whole flower CBD fluid. Now, what does that do, like with the endocannabinoid system, our receptors?
Right.
Can you just, man, help me understand even better how all this is working? Why is it working so good?
Well, here's the thing. Your endocannabinoid system. Okay. Just to give you an idea of what your endocannabinoid system does is it connects your hormonal system to your nervous system. Okay.
Yeah.
And connects those to your immune system.
Yeah.
All right. So you get these three super important systems. This is all your body's communication systems. Okay. Well, those communication systems need their own communication system.
Okay.
Okay, so this endocannabinoid system is that intercommunication system, you know, the communication system within the
communication system. Okay, I got you.
All right. So to give you that concept. Now, the health of your endocannabinoid system is going to be extremely dependent on the health of your microbiome.
Got it.
Okay. So a healthy microbiome feeds and keeps or maintains, upkeeps, okay, a healthy endocannabinoid system.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna break you down for a second. Just in case some of our viewers aren't that savvy with your microbiome.
Let's talk about that.
Just for a minute.
I agree. Yeah. Okay, microbiome. Okay, so your entire digestive tract, think of it as a 30-foot long tube. Okay, on the inside of that tube there is a membrane called the mucous membrane, and inside that membrane there are colonies and colonies and colonies, millions of colonies of microbes or bacteria and fungus. What it is that colonize their whole digestive tract. Whether or not that is colonized by healthy bacteria and fungus or unhealthy bacteria and fungus determines whether or not you're healthy or not.
It starts there.
It all just starts there, right?
Okay.
So when you're adding enzymes into the system, especially if you back the enzymes up with probiotics.
Yep.
Okay.
It's us.
Right.
We do that. We like to do that.
Right. Okay. When you do that, that is enhancing all the good aspects of that microbiome.
Okay.
Okay, so that's super important. So as that's happening, as you're taking these enzymes, you're taking these probiotics, right? You're fortifying the good aspects of your microbiome.
Yes.
Okay? Now, CBDs, especially if you take them orally, okay, this is why it's actually detrimental to smoking. You need to be consuming it to help your gut.
Right?
Okay, you want to help your gut.
Right.
It's extremely helpful. Okay, so CBDs are like superfood for the good microbes.
Okay.
Right? So the good bugs love CBD.
Right on.
But CBD is real similar to, let's say, thyroid hormones for someone that has an underactive thyroid.
Okay.
Insulin for somebody that's a diabetic.
Okay.
When they don't have enough of those hormones, they got to take those hormones from someplace else, right?
Right.
So when you consume CBD, it goes into that endocannabinoid system and activates it, just like somebody that if they had a thyroid that wasn't working right, they start taking the thyroid hormones, well, their body starts getting activated again, because you corrected that deficiency, okay? But when you're combining things like adaptogens and enzymes and probiotics with the CBDs, okay, you're feeding the endocannabinoid system from one side, but you're supplementing it with the CBDs on the other side.
Gotcha.
Okay, so your effect, the one just is going to amplify the other.
It's going to amplify the other, and so really, so as far as these receptors,
Right.
these little, like we like to say, these little locks where we're putting the key in,
Right.
right? We're filling those receptors.
Right.
It just seems to happen. It's like the success with our enzymes happens even
It's
faster
gonna happen faster.
with our whole flower CBD fluid,
Right.
right? Does that make sense? I mean,
That's
it's just
exactly it. That's exactly it.
at first we kept hearing all these different people, this is happening and this is happening. Like, well, that used to happen,
Well,
but it's happening way faster now.
Of course.
And the only difference was with what we've been doing with these full spectrum plant enzymes, stabilized probiotics. We've always done that together,
Right.
and now we've added this CBD whole flower fluid. It's like, holy cow, man! What?
Right. Sandwiching it.
Okay.
Sandwiching it. So you're supporting it on one side and supplementing it on the other side.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because those are different.
Yeah, those are
supporting something is enabling it.
Yeah.
And promoting it. Trying to get the baby to walk on its own 2 feet.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Versus supplementing it. That's giving them wheels.
Absolutely.
And so it's different. And so those are that's the effect that you're getting. You're getting support on one side and supplementing on the other.
So really, when we talk about this endocannabinoid system or these receptors, right? There's a couple main receptors that we're talking about, and then they're saying there's a third one that potentially is being researched and discovered. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Like, it's like the body is balancing out. Hormones seem to be balancing out. The homeostasis that we're all seeking really seems to come into play. How do you describe this endocannabinoid system?
The system, I like to describe it as a communication system.
Communication system.
It's a communication. It helps. It's a secondary regulation system.
Okay.
So your hormones, if you include neurotransmitters as
Yeah.
hormones, okay, like your dopamine and serotonin, hormones control 100% of the metabolic functions of the body. 100%. Okay. Enzymes. Okay.
Right.
This is really kind of cool. Think of this. Enzymes are like dominoes.
Okay.
Okay, so one domino gets started and it hits the next one, hits the next one, hits the next
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
So enzymes they push the first
We start
domino.
that process.
Exactly.
They're the catalyst.
Exactly. They're the catalyst, right? Okay, so I'll give you an example. Your heart,
Okay.
in order for your heart to beat one time, it goes through 86 enzymatic reactions, or cascade of enzymes.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
86 dominoes, okay, have to fall in order for your heart to beat one time.
Just the heart.
Just the heart. That's just your heart, okay? Your liver filters every drop of blood in your body every 3 minutes, okay? There's 65,000 enzymatic reactions that go on inside your 3
Man, I knew
pound
that was a
liver.
big number. I forgot how big that number was.
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So
Yeah.
65,000
Yeah.
dominoes
Right on.
fall in 3 minutes to clean over all the blood in your body.
Right.
And that's every 3 minutes. That's crazy.
Man, clean blood is.
And it's
We won't even go
you
there.
have to have
That's-
clean
that's-
blood,
that's
you know.
the key.
It is. It is. So that's what enzymes do.
Yeah.
Okay. So in our body, now that's not even. We're talking about systemic enzymes. That's not even digestive enzymes.
Right.
Okay. Digestive enzymes take your plate full of food.
Right.
Right. Okay.
I've seen you eat.
Right. That's a
So
bigger
your
plate full of food.
All right, keep going.
So they take your plate full of food and break those compounds, right, down into microscopic individual nutrients. Okay, and if you don't have those enzymes in your gut, you're going to have to get them from somewhere.
Right.
Okay, and what happens is those enzymes in your gut, if they're not present, your body isn't producing them in the gut, they're going to have to steal enzymes from other
Right.
places. They're going to
That's
have to
right.
steal inventory from other places
Right.
to keep the supply going.
Exactly.
In the gut, right? So, so when you're taking CBDs, which are enhancing, they're supplementing that regulatory system, the secondary regulatory system. Okay, so it's keeping your nervous system, hormonal system, in your immune system.
Yeah.
Okay,
Immune system.
all
Yep.
communicating. Okay, so think about this: your immune system communicates with your nervous system and your hormonal system. Okay, letting your nervous system and hormonal system know what's going on in the environment around you,
Yeah.
and what's going on in the environment inside you.
Right.
Okay,
Very cool.
so there's all kinds of communication
Yes.
going on, and so if those lines of communication break down,
You got issues.
You got issues. You're gonna get sick. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. And who knows what that's gonna look like?
Right.
Okay, because I mean, a million things can go wrong, right? So, what CBD is doing is it is reconnecting those
Right.
systems, so they have proper communication. So when you're doing that, while
Right.
you're doing something
Right,
enhancing
right.
your gut, I mean, my gosh.
Well, because we're so depleted, these CBDs, because we didn't know what we didn't know, right? It's like our body's yearning, these receptors are starving. And I think that's why some people notice things like right away. We're all different, we're the same, but we're different. But it's been forever that we've really been focusing on feeding these
You know,
receptors.
Right, generations have passed since we've had access to this.
Right.
Which is terrible.
Generation to generation, now we look and we see where we are, from the gut, from enzymes, right? What we're starting life with, what the little ones are starting life with. But certainly these CBDs, man, I mean,
Gosh.
who knew?
Right.
And so the enzymes, we talk about the research, back in the 1930s and whatnot, and then I think they kind of discovered the CBD scenario around 1940-ish.
Mhm.
1964, in Israel, they really started to really take things to the next level, and then over the last even couple decades, this endocannabinoid system. It's just fascinating. You guys, to me, it's mind-boggling. I mean, Doc, for you, this guy's super cool. If you guys don't know him, you were like is it the youngest doctor of natural health or what?
Yeah, I was the youngest licensed naturopathic physician in the history of the United States.
What? That's kind of big. It's kind of a big deal. At what age?
20 years old.
20.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think what I was doing? I think I was playing like college football or something, and running around some
Right.
video games and stuff like that when I was 20. But anyways, okay. So this guy knows a little bit. It's so fun when I watch you and Tylene get together and geek out. You guys, most of the time, I just leave the room because it's just like,
He's like,
okay, I can't even. It's just, it's either going over here or over there. I'm like, all right, enough of this stuff. But what I love about you, what I love about Tylene when it comes to sharing this information, is that you guys break this down for someone like myself to grasp. And over the past 20 years now, I know a lot.
Right.
You just-
Absorbed all kinds of
I've
stuff.
absorbed a lot. My food's absorbing, and my
Right.
nutrients are absorbing, and I'm absorbing all this information. And I think it's important that all of us realize, we're on this crusade, man. We're on this mission to educate healthy lifestyle. And really, right now, so important to us, the CBD whole flower fluid. We're not dealing or working with an oil, and it's the unicorn.
Right.
And so, you guys, we're gonna make more of these videos. I think as we hang out and do some things, and we're grateful that you just took a few minutes. We always, we're up here visiting and hanging out. But is there anything else you want to add, or when it comes to CBD or endocannabinoid system that you think we're missing?
Well, when your regulatory mechanisms aren't operating,
Hey, got a little noise here. That's all good. A little noise with the video. It's cool.
So when
Keeping it real.
when your regulatory mechanisms aren't operating properly, things start getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like having kids. Right? If you're not regulating the kids, things get out of hand.
Nah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Whoa.
Yeah.
So the same thing goes on in our body. In that, your nervous system will try to keep things regulated. Your hormones will try to regulate everything. Your immune system will try to regulate everything. But when they get off kilter and they're each individually trying to regulate everything and they're not coordinating that effort, it's, it's like herding cats.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is. It's like herding cats. Your body just can't
Right.
regulate itself, and that's, and from a clinical standpoint, I see this every day, all day long. Everybody comes in, by the time
Right.
they see me, they got things going sideways.
got issues
everywhere.
You got issues.
Exactly.
So much easier to prevent than
Right.
for them to have to come
Oh my
to you
gosh.
or to Tylene and help
Right.
get the body back,
Right.
in place.
Absolutely.
Are you as excited as we are about? I mean, seriously.
Oh, for sure.
Like with the farm bill, with the CBD, and you, not everyone knows about our whole flower fluid.
Right.
You do. You knew about it early on,
Right.
years ago. And I know you had some great experiences with that, and we did some things, whether it was in the U.S. or other countries, because you kind of had to do that for a
Right.
while. But I mean, are you? Because man, we're super excited, but I want to know from your perspective how you see it.
I've had patients dealing with issues like Crohn's disease.
Crohn's, yeah.
I've had patients with autism,
Oh yeah, autism, yeah.
with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
It's my favorite remedy for restless leg.
Woo. Yep.
Okay, that-
Yeah, it's yep. I got you.
That's my favorite remedy. I mean, nothing works like this.
Man,
My patients, with severe digestive issues like Crohn's or
Yeah.
other things
Yeah.
like that, when they go into the bathroom 20 times a day, and half the time they're bleeding every time they go to the bathroom, and they start taking something like this, and all of a sudden, day 2, 3 later, they're like, Doc, what the heck is this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. I was just with someone today, super nauseous. This individual was really nauseous, and gave her a little bit of the whole flower fluid. I'm talking about like fast.
Right.
It was
right.
gone.
Like,
She's like,
almost
"What did you
not
give
that.
me? What was that? How did that do that?" I'm like, "I don't know." It's like, I don't want to get into all the craziness about it that goes behind it. And she goes, "I really don't care. How do I get that?"
Right.
Just kind of funny.
Where do I get this?
Because we're not used to that, I think, sometimes.
Sure.
And so, anyways, but we're grateful for you. We're grateful for our good partner and friend who created this process to create this whole flower fluid. That he did find the unicorn out there, and we need folks like yourself that are highly educated. You have a gazillion. I don't know, too many degrees and certifications. I mean, they wouldn't fit in this video. I would wonder if we could just scroll them all, maybe in the thing instead of I
do one of those like cartoons.
Yeah, it's not even funny anyway. So it's crazy, but it's great to have your voice. We need your voice, man. We need everyone. We need your voice. We need everyday common folk like me. I'm just
And me.
and Ty. We just
Ty.
peeps. We don't. You're just nutty. You're off the charts. But all of us, we need to do this together, collectively, because there's power in numbers, there's power in information, and then taking that education and that information and not only sharing it, but applying it, doing something with it. Take those first steps. I highly recommend plant enzymes. You use them,
Right.
and of course the whole flower CBD fluid. So you guys, we'll talk to you again real soon. We got to go. You may be hungry again.
Yeah.
This guy gets hungry a little bit.
Plate of food right
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks again, man. Peace.